fucking ready.
You're watching Blunt Politics with Boston Brian.
We're here. We finally made it. Finally, we made it. Thank you guys for being here. I do appreciate it. Jorge, Twilight, Jacqueline, Steve, Connie, Mr. Spark, Jolie, everybody, Kelly, the whole fucking group. Thank you guys so much. Hi, Mel. How are you, dear? Patrick, what's going on? Happy Sunday. Smoke it if you got it. It's a little early to be drinking, but we're not here to judge anybody. And if you're a teetotaler, get some of that Earl Grey and total the shit out of that tea. Just total it. It's good. Lots going on, though. Lots going on. Lots to talk about. Lots to discuss. Hopefully, we can add more days, but right now this is going to be every Sunday at 1:00. So I hope to see you here, and hopefully we get to see some of the stuff that happens over the weekend before everybody gets to cover it during the week. So let's hop right into it, I guess. How's everybody doing? First off, let me ask, how's it sound? How's it look? Everybody's doing well. Everybody's hanging. Everybody liked the intro. Thank Mel for that. She worked very hard on that intro. Well, let's be honest, she worked very hard on everything because I am totally useless. But that being said, let's hop right into it. We had a weekend full of news. The airdrop that the U.S. Finally had in Gaza, which now turned into hopefully some sort of peace agreement, some sort of ceasefire. That would be great. That would be great. First off, something that's really been irking me all day long. Well, at least for the last couple hours since I've seen it.
He's immune from criminal prosecution.
Kristen Welker, hold
for
on. Let me pause
allegedly
this.
trying to
Let me pause
overturn
this.
the 20
Kristen Welker, all right, has really been pissing me off lately. It started with her interview of Donald Trump, where there was pretty much zero pushback. I don't know what's happened to journalists and journalism these days. I really don't. I don't know what happened to just reporting the facts as you see them and not your opinion on them. I don't know. It's just it just it irks me, and I'm sorry, and I don't want to start off the show on a bad note, but I figured this is something that we should look into considering everybody's concerns with the mainstream media these days. So, here we go. Let's get right into it there, Kristen. Let's see what she's got to say about Donald Trump and what he did in his attempts to overturn the 2020 election.
Mr. Trump's claim that he's immune from criminal prosecution for allegedly trying to overturn the 2020 election.
Did you catch that?
Mr. Trump's claim.
Did you catch that? Allegedly. Allegedly he did. Oh, thank you, Carl. You're the best, buddy. I do appreciate it. And that reminds me, thank you to everybody that was so generous during the last live stream. That was really, really touching, honestly. It was very amazing, the generosity that you guys showed. And that really leads me to, if anybody does step up and send a super chat or, however that you can get involved in this channel, I would really like if the chat would, just show them some love, show them some appreciation, because that's what we're all about. We're trying to build a big family here. We're all connected in some way or another. So, if somebody steps up and they show their love for the channel, I'd like everybody in the chat to show them some love back. But allegedly, how? I mean, I don't know. I wanted to show everybody that just because words matter. All right. Words matter. I don't know if she has some sort of legal reason that NBC has that she says allegedly, because the court case has not been finalized yet. I don't know. I have no idea, but that's horseshit. Okay, the guy did everything in his power under the sun, besides ripping out the kitchen sinks and just going into the White House and just destroying everybody. I don't understand. He did everything they possibly could. Every avenue they tried to explore. They tried to exploit every possible thing that they could and then lied on top of it to try to remain in power. I mean, it just, I don't know, kills me every time. I don't understand it. I don't, it just makes no sense to me how people don't see it as it really was. And let's not be stupid. There's no way that she doesn't actually know what happened. So whether or not she's just playing that way because that's what the mainstream media does, is try to play, both sides of the fence, and so they can, keep reporting on this stuff and keep people watching and keep the eyeballs on the channel. I don't know. But it seems like a coordinated thing that the major news outlets and the mainstream media don't want to actually call him out. There's a few on there. Let's not get it wrong. There's a few on there that do, but not enough. Not enough. All right. So let's get right into the best part of the weekend so far. And that was Donald Trump's 2 appearances where he just I don't know. I don't know if he froze. He kind of pulled a couple Mitch McConnells, lots of slurring, lots of, anti-immigrant rhetoric, which he's really ramping up going into the 2024 election. I think that's, really, I mean, we saw it when he killed the border deal and told everybody to blame him for it, which is ironic because you got the presenters on Right Side Broadcasting telling everybody that it wasn't Trump's fault and that he had nothing to do with it, when in reality, Trump out of his own mouth said that you can blame him. But we'll look past that. Anyway, so let's get right into it. This is Donald Trump in Greensboro, North Carolina. When I play it, let me know. Give me a couple thumbs up in the chat if you can hear it all right. If it's too loud, if it's too quiet, let me know.
Where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that light to me.
Crying out loud. Can't do it. It's just the fact that he plays that whole song every time, just it blows my mind. It really does. You, jerk 'em. Yeah, I took your money. Took your money. Yep, your money. You paid. You took it. Way to go. Yep, clap. Yep. Who's there? Can't see anybody. The light. Yep. Jerk, jerk. Where do I go? Jerk, jerk. This guy looking worse and worse. Yep. Yep. Uh, uh, uh. Oh, I know. I know. I know. Can you hear it? I stopped it. Maybe I'll just mute it here just to be safe. Maybe I'll just mute it there to be safe. But come on, why is it really necessary to play the fucking whole song every time? Come on. Literally. Ugh. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Yep, just gonna stand here like an asshole till the song plays. Oh my god. How does he do it? Like, I would get annoyed with this. Like, why'd he just go up and talk? Why do you have to play the whole song every time? Yep, just gonna stand, jerk. Well, I took your money. You paid a lot. Holy shit. You didn't even see that box that we checked that said you're going to be reoccurringly paying me everything that's in your bank account. I'm going to stand here and twist, twist. I'm going to do the twist. I'm going to try to shake that fart out of my pants that I just did while I walked up the steps. Okay. The song's almost over. He doesn't know a word to the song, by the way. Doesn't, he knows. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Here we go, Donnie. Give us it. Who gave me every single dollar they had, even though they probably had some sort of medical problem that they could have used all that money for. But thank you for buying my $4,000 to $8,000 sneakers that won't be until July. A rocket? Rocket ship? That's how it works. That's how it works. Greensboro, North Carolina, 1 Iowa. That's how it works.
We actually got more votes than anybody in the history of the New Hampshire primary. That's pretty good. We just won Nevada, and we got 98% of the votes. Sorry about the 2%. We had an off day. We were missing 2%. The Virgin Islands, we won unanimously.
him.
Thank
I'll
you,
get him.
Virgin
Hold on.
Islands. Beautiful
You
place.
can't hear
Go
that?
to the Virgin Islands sometime. And 1 week ago, we won South Carolina, beating a certain governor by
I mean, let's face it, not hearing this guy's voice has never been a bad thing. But at some point, I shall get the audio correct. Some point, I say. Some point. So bear with me.
unprecedented numbers and getting double the number of votes of any previous candidate in the history of South Carolina. How about that? And as you know, today we have two contests. We have Missouri and we have the remainder of Michigan. And I will tell you in advance what just happened, because we just found out as I was coming up, looks like we're winning 100% of both. 100%.
So the guy that's been getting roughly 50 to 60% of his party's vote in every one of the states that we've had so far is somehow going to get 100% of everything now.
%. Can't we do better than that? And that adds on to last Tuesday's Michigan primary win, which was one.
Does he sounds a little slurry to me right off the bat, right? Am I wrong? I think he sounds a little slurry. I don't know what it is. I don't think we still have it pinned down on exactly. I know everybody's got their theories on what it is, but I don't think we've exactly pinned down what this guy has. But could be anything, because there's definitely a difference. A lot of times when this guy speaks, you can tell a huge difference in his demeanor, in his speech, the way he acts, the way he moves, which makes it ironic when he talks about Joe Biden needing some sort of injection to speak, because everything is projection. Remember, with these people, projection.
One with almost 77% of the vote, I think, 77%, something like that. Next up is
something like that. Numbers don't matter. What the fuck? I come up here as a presidential candidate. Doesn't really matter if I give you the correct percentages on how many people voted for me. I'll just roughly generalize, because that's how it's normally been done historically.
Is Super Tuesday. That's on Tuesday, March 5th. That's in 3 days from now. And it's time for the great state of North Carolina. Don't forget.
You don't forget. You have a better chance of forgetting than the people in this audience. So you don't forget. How about that?
My granddaughter is named Carolina. Okay.
Good one. Way to use your family and their kids as a political pawn. That's good.
It's very important.
Yeah. The most important thing, actually, doesn't matter what your policies are, or if you plan to, have mass deportations that could include American citizens. Just matters what your granddaughter's name is. Please.
We need each and every one of you to get the patriots from your family, your friends, everybody, get them out and turn them out to vote in record numbers, because we have to show what's happening on November 5th. That's when we have to get the worst president in the history of our country the hell out of office.
Or keep the worst president in the history of our country out of getting back in office. That's really what he meant to say, I think.
The worst, the most corrupt. With your help, we will win big on Super Tuesday. And this.
The guy's got 91 felony counts, 4 indictments over 3 different jurisdictions across the country. He's talking about Joe Biden being corrupt after what we know about Alexander Smirnoff and, James Comer and Jim Jordan's case falling apart right in front of their eyes.
This November, North Carolina is going to tell crooked Joe Biden, Joe, you're fired. Get out of here. Get out. Boom. Get out.
He's bringing it back. He's reaching deep into his bag of tricks this time, if he's pulling that back out.
Fired, Joe. You've done a horrible job. You have done the worst job of any president in history. Get the hell out, Joe. And among my first actions upon taking office will be to do a thing that sort of sounds like common sense, wouldn't you say? Not conservative, not progressive, not liberal. They don't like using liberal anymore, you know that. So let's call them liberal.
Is that a thing? Not using liberal anymore?
Seal the border and stop the invasion of our country.
You notice that the talk of the crisis at the border has pretty much ceased, except for this asshole.
Job to witness the total devastation that crooked Joe Biden has unleashed. Our border is an open and gushing wound. It's pouring drugs, gangs, terrorists, and millions of illegal.
An open and gushing wound. That has Stephen Miller written all over it right there. An open and gushing wound.
Illegal aliens into.
He just went down there to Eagle fucking Pass, where supposedly all the action is happening, and sat there and waved to a group of about 14 people across the fucking Rio. Literally waving and fist pumping. Is that what you normally do to people that you think are invading your country? Is that what happens? Because I don't remember Churchill, standing on the beaches of Normandy, fist pumping the Germans. It just how
Into our country. Yet Crooked Joe is fighting the state of Texas to stop them from defending our border. They're actually cutting the wire fences so that thousands and thousands of.
Yep. Biden actually went down there himself with a pair of fence cutters, wire cutters, and he's cutting holes for these people so they can get through there. Nothing he says makes sense. Nothing. Like, some of it used to kind of make sense, but now he's losing his vocabulary. He's using phrases and actions that he's been comfortable with for a long time. I don't know. I'm not a medical professional, but doesn't look like it's going well up in the head of Donald Trump lately.
Migrants can pour in, but as fast as they cut them, Texas seals them up. Pretty good. We love Texas. Don't we like Texas now? Well, now we have to do the same thing in Arizona, where the governor's doing nothing. And Gavin Newsom, the new scum.
He went down to the border, I'm pretty sure, just to test that new nickname out. Because now it's going to be in every speech.
The governor of California, sort of governor, because they don't do much. I'll tell you, it's a shame what's happening to that beautiful place. But they're pouring.
It's a shame. It's one of the biggest economies on the planet, bigger than most countries. It's a shame. Like, people literally wrap California into one blanket because of the situation that's going on in LA and in other cities in California. But I've been to California many times over the last year and a half. I don't see devastation. I don't see people being robbed on the sidewalk. I don't see people being afraid to go out. I mean, are there places in large cities, like in every large city that has places like that? Of course, but you can't wrap the whole country, the whole state of California into one one mold. It's ridiculous to do so. It makes no sense. The facts aren't behind you. They're I don't know. It's just I feel like I'm explaining it to Donald, but really I'm explaining it to you guys because you actually can comprehend this shit, and it's just hopeless with this motherfucker.
Pouring into California, they're pouring into Arizona, as you know, but Texas has done a great job. And they have to stop because the people of Arizona don't want it. The people of California don't want it. They don't want it.
That's right. That's why there was that video of the residents of Eagle Pass down there telling you that they didn't want you there and that you were causing unwanted attention, unwanted harm to the people there, and making it very difficult for them to live their daily lives. That's you doing that. You doing that. I didn't hear them say anything about the people coming across the border. You did that.
On it. When I'm president, instead of trying to send Texas a restraining order, I will send them reinforcements.
Because that's what it looked like they needed when you went down there, right? As you strolled along the border while Greg Abbott rolled next to you. You guys were in serious peril, it looked like. So definitely looked like they could use some reinforcements against, again, the people with no tanks, no weapons, no armored personnel carriers, no, drones, missile defense systems, ways of communication, in jeans, sneakers with groups of kids with, pink backpacks and, no food, no water. But it's an invasion, right? These are the people that we should be afraid of. Even though we have several million open jobs in this country that seemingly Americans don't want to work, that we need to be filled. And this country would be better off with the jobs filled. And if people seeking asylum, like as he says in his speech, I don't know if he says it in this one, but he talks about how bad Tijuana got when he was sending people back to Mexico. Yes, that's literally the reason that people are now coming to this country. If you overpopulate a city and turned it into, I don't know what he calls it, a hellhole or something, people are going to want to get the fuck out of there. I mean, it's not hard to comprehend. It's not hard to see. And inevitably, where do you want to go? To the country that recovered the fastest from the pandemic, to the country that is the most prosperous after the pandemic, to the country that has the most opportunity after the fucking pandemic. It makes sense.
3 years ago, we had the safest and most secure border in U.S. history. We ended catch and release.
Thank you so much, Kitty. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you.
We built 571 miles of border wall. We got Mexico to send us 28,000 free of charge.
You didn't build that much wall. Everybody knows it. I don't have to explain it.
Give us our soldiers. They said, no way. I said, way, you got to give us our soldiers. And they did while we were building the wall. We had the best border. Think of it. 3 years ago, we had the safest border in the history of our country. Today, we have the worst border in the history of the world. There's never been a border like this.
In the history of the world. What a fucking asinine statement to make. Just a totally fucking stupid, non-factual, ridiculous fucking statement. And again, I love how he goes as far as to shit on every fucking officer or border patrol agent, anybody down there trying to protect us, right? He just basically shits on them the whole time by saying that they're not doing their job and everybody's coming through, which, in translation is saying that they're not doing their job, and then goes and turns around and says that he loves them so much and that they love it. Just.
We had remain in Mexico. You think that was easy to get from Mexico? Mr. President, we'd like to have, millions of people remain in Mexico. That's not that easy. We had it. Safe third agreements, asylum bans, Title 42, and we had a thing called...
I thought it was Title 2. He said at the border it was Title 2. Now it's 42. Somebody must have told him.
Rapid removal. You know what that means, right? We had rapid removal. If you broke in, we caught you, we detained you, and we deported you immediately, just like clockwork. That's what happened. We had the best border in history.
It only took a worldwide pandemic and multiple rules and regulations on how people could travel and, go from country to country to achieve that. So good. The sacrifice of over, what is it? A million plus, obviously, was worth you now being able to use that one fucking thing in your campaign speech. That's good.
But let there be no doubt, this is Joe Biden's invasion. I'm not even sure it's him. I don't know. I'm not even sure he knows what the hell's happening. I think it's the people that surround him. They surround that gorgeous, the resolute desk. You pick one of 7 desks. When you become president, someday there'll be people in here.
Didn't Obama have that desk? Pretty sure Obama had that desk. Not 100% certain, but I'm pretty sure that Barack Obama picked that desk. Pretty sure I did.
That young man right over there, I think he's got, maybe in particular, the beautiful young woman right there. She'll be president. We'll have a woman president before then. You know what? If they cheat on the election, it might be Kamala. I don't think that's too good. I don't think that's too good.
Which is exactly why you should proceed in the impeachment of Joe Biden, because, the thing that you don't want to happen that you're now explaining would be terrible would happen. You fucking fools.
We got enough problems with this guy. The very first bill that Crooked Joe sent to Congress was a bill to turn illegal aliens into voting citizens. Now he's pushing.
Nope. It wasn't. That's actually not a thing. Not a thing, really. And with the way that our asylum process works, it's ridiculous to think that you could process somebody and get them citizenship by the 2024 election. Not possible.
Pushing another mass amnesty plan while calling it border security. He calls it border security. Did you see look, he hasn't been to the border in many years, but he hasn't been during his presidency. And then I quietly announced I was going to the border, doing a show. Sean Hannity, good man, Sean Hannity, I have to tell you. We like Sean Hannity. And we did the show.
Is he trying to say that it was Biden copying Trump going down to the border? Like, come on.
And we had a side-by-side. He went to an area where there's no problem because of Texas and us. But he went to and I went to an area where there was a big problem, very big problem. Yep. But he went.
Huge problem. Such a big problem. I was able to stand there waving and fist pumping at what I'm now telling you is the problem. And also, I only managed to get 3 law enforcement officials to stand behind me during my speech, and Joe Biden had a lot more than that.
And he hasn't been there until he heard that I was going, and then he went, and he wasn't looking too sharp. He wasn't. They couldn't find, where do I stand? He goes, where do I stand? Your marker's over there, sir. Oh, where? I don't see it. Where is it? I don't see it.
How long is he going to use this? Honestly, it's getting old. Like, even for him, who I know repeats his shit all the time, but even for him, it's getting old.
This is the worst. This guy should not be president, but we know that. These women from North Carolina, this is number 116. I don't know where the hell their husbands are. Where are they today? Oh, they're here. Would their husbands please stand up? These guys deserve a medal. Hi, fella. Nice.
You know what? I'm not gonna disagree with him on that one. I just I won't disagree with him on that one, because any husband that's married to somebody that is following Donald Trump around the country and listening to every speech that he makes, even though they're exactly the fucking same every time, with few exceptions, I do believe indeed deserve a medal, unless he's as into it as she is, in which case, fuck them both.
Looking husbands. They're the most, they follow me all over the place. I could go to China and they might follow me. They might not.
It's interesting. Of all places, why would you pick China? Why would you pick China? Why? Something about Xi Jinping, something about $15 million being wired into your account, something about paying over $200,000 in taxes the same year you paid $750 in taxes to the United States, the country you were presiding over at the time. Could it be something to do with your daughter's deals that she got there during your presidency? Or how you killed the TPP? Might be getting those initials wrong, but it's funny that you picked China. Just funny that you picked China.
I don't know. You're looking beautiful. Thank you. Isn't it nice to be in North Carolina where you don't have to travel? So how far away is this from where you live? 2 hours. That's not bad.
So you did travel. So you do have to travel in North Carolina because, that's how movement works. You fucking idiot.
That beats going to California, right?
No.
Thank you very much. No, they're unbelievable patriots, and they do. Oh, look, we have front row Joes right here talking about travel. They may have your record beat. I'm not sure. Well, we love front row Joes, and they're.
We do. We love them, folks. Spent every dollar they have coming to my rallies, traveling the country, whilst explaining the economy is shit.
We're at a lot of rallies, I want to tell you that. And we're having a good time, but we're really having a good time in a bad time because our country has never been worse. And we're going to straighten it out. We're going to make it great again. And we're going to do it fast. But thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. Great patriots. The bill Joe Biden once passed would give him unlimited power to grant asylum to millions. And
isn't that what you want? Right? Unlimited power? Isn't that what he's fighting for in court as we speak? As the Supreme Court once again fucks over this country. Once again, giving Donald Trump exactly what he wants, delaying his case by at least, I believe it was 2 or 3 months, they're saying. The things that he planned on and why he put them there literally is coming every step, whether it's Roe v. Wade or, with exception, the court cases of the 2020 election, which obviously never went his way, let's say.
And millions of illegals. In other words, it's an automatic path to citizenship for all of the Biden newcomers. They call them newcomers now. Have you heard? Matt Gaetz, have you heard the new name? They call illegal aliens newcomers. No, you don't like that. Matt doesn't like it. Lauren, no. No, they're new. No, this happened yesterday. They're saying the newcomers, oh boy. We're going to win by the biggest margins, I think, in history. We have to. Got to watch the cheating. Watch the cheating.
Not going to happen. So everybody's clear on that in case we have any calls in the chat.
I was speaking a little while ago, and he happens to come from a place called North Carolina. You know who I'm talking about. It's going to be the head of the Republican Party. It's going to be great. And when I watched Pennsylvania go, whoa, we're winning. 73% of the vote in, we were winning by 800,000 votes or so. All of a sudden, boom, another one, boom, Georgia, boom. North Carolina was.
That's how it works when you lose an election and they count mail-in votes after that vote.
Again, we're not going to let it happen again. You ever notice that they go after the people that want to find out where the cheating was? And by the way, 82% of the country understands that it was a rigged election, okay? You can't have a country with that.
Where the fuck is he getting that number from? 82% of this fucking country. 82% of the United States, he believes, thinks Donald Trump actually won the 2020 election. I would love to see that fucking source, poll, fucking study, anything. Please give it to me. I want to fucking see it. Ridiculous.
Poll came out 82%, but they go after the people. They don't go after the people that rigged the election. They go after the people that they're looking for the people that rigged the election. And that's the people they go after. They got away with something they never.
They looking. Like how he turns into like a little kid when he messes up. You know, he just he turns into a 5-year-old kid. You know, he can't just stop and like re-say what he messed up on. He has to continue it and make it seem like that was part of the original thought to begin with. I fucking love it.
Going to get away with it again. Look what they've done to the country. Look at the damage. I always say you could take the 10 worst presidents in history, add them up, and they will not have done the damage that this guy's done. What he's done to our country is hard.
You do always say it, and it continues to make no fucking sense whatsoever. I don't care if you say 5 presidents, 7 presidents, 12 presidents, 40 presidents. It makes no fucking sense. Nothing. Zero cents. Stop saying
horrible. And there's more spirit now than we've ever had in one or two. You know, we did much better the second time. I hate to say it. We got millions and millions of more people the second time. The spirit was.
I forget who said it in the chat, but they type millions and billions. And every time he says that now, I think of that comment in the chat. Every single time. Millions and billions.
Unbelievable. First and second. 2016 was an amazing time. 2020, we did much better, getting millions of more votes. I was told if we got the same thing, we couldn't lose. Got millions of more votes. You know that. But we're going to get this time, spirit-wise, I was asking my.
What I missed, guys, in the chat. Peter. I'm looking for. What? Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Hold the fucking phone. 50? 50? Peter. Thank you so fucking much, dude. Holy shit. That is just wonderful. Wow. Kind of stopped me in my tracks with that one, bud. Not gonna lie to you. It's strange being in this position. I'm not gonna lie to you. Usually I'm either a guest on or just kind of putting out content, but it means a lot. It does. And I'm a softie, and I shall not cry on camera. I promise you, but cannot guarantee that because it may happen at some point, and it's definitely going to happen at some point. But yes, Peter, you are an absolute fucking legend. From the bottom of my heart and from everybody in the chat, thank you. That is amazing. And I hope everybody that was lucky enough to receive one of those memberships also is appreciative, and thanks Peter too. So thank you, Peter. I do appreciate it. That's Christ, and that I feel like I need to do something in return here, but I'll think of something. I'll get you. I promise. Thank you. I do appreciate it, buddy. That's awesome. All right, let's get back to from a really, really great thing to a really, really bad thing, unfortunately. Okay, here we go.
This is the opposite of the swamp that we talked. This is a positive swamping. The Biden border bill would turbocharge the invasion, the continued invasion of our.
Evasion or invasion? What was that, sir? I'm sorry. What was that?
Would turbocharge the invasion, the continued invasion of our country, and therefore his plan would totally demolish Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, health care, and all public education. It's a disaster.
Everything. Health care, your care, my care, fucking kids care, hat care, welfare, all of it. Televisions, seats, air conditions, Anything that has like that emphasis at the end of the word is going to be gone. We're just not going to have a country anymore. Coca-Cola cans, you know, just the things that we need in life, we're not going to have anymore if we let Joe Biden. Sorry, I tried.
Yes, so what he's taking this country down, but we won't let him destroy Social Security. I will not let him crash Medicare. It's going to crash. I will.
Thank you, Samantha. Thank you very much. That's amazing. You guys are just too kind. Really. I'm glad I mean, some of the most generous people on fucking YouTube. Hold on. Someone said they need a membership. They need, where'd it go? All right, right there. Thank you again, Samantha. I do appreciate it. That's amazing. So, Rocks, 1, SMF. I do believe there's a button somewhere down where the memberships are that will tell you, click it if you would like to receive a membership. You have one. If anybody in the comments could kind of help her out on that, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you. And I appreciate you being here. Thank you, sir. All right, back to asshole.
To overthrow the United States of America. You know, he talks about democracy. He is a danger to democracy. He is. Number one, he goes after his political opponent, which nobody's ever done in this country. They do it in third world countries very well. They do it. But they're not going to succeed with us. They're not going to succeed. It's making us stronger. It's making us stronger. Want to collapse the American system, nullify the will of the actual American voters, and establish a new base of power.
How in any way does that fucking benefit him or the Democrats? Why would we want to destroy things? Why? For what fucking reason are we going to be destroying things? Please. Why? How does that benefit him, me, you, anybody? Thank you, Daphne. I do appreciate it. Somebody's going to have to explain.
And he will not get away with these crimes. He'll be tried at the ballot box this November, and he will be judged and convicted by the American people.
Just so ironic. Just the irony on that is just almost too much. The fact that he is going to be judged and convicted by juries, judges, and the judicial system at large, while Joe Biden goes on to win the 2024 election, is just fucking mwah. But again, projection. You know what I mean? It's just everything that's happened to me, say that's going on with my opponents, water my opponents down. That's all they're trying to do is water down Joe Biden. If Donald Trump has 2 impeachments, 91 indictments, 4 fucking, 91 felony counts, 4 indictments, then if they can somehow get Joe Biden to look in any way dirty, get him to be, brush up against what would look like corruption, or if they could somehow just get the headlines to keep going until the 2024 election, even without a resolution, that's what they're looking for. That way people are like, well, if you're in an argument and you say, well, Donald Trump is absolutely corrupt, the other person will say, well, guess, look at Joe Biden's under investigation for impeachment. They got the inquiry into Joe Biden, when in reality, we knew that both were horse shit. And now we still have this Russian influence, this blatant Russian propaganda flowing through the Republican Party. And I'm not even talking about the fucking base. I'm talking about the senators, the Republicans, the actual politicians in the Republican Party. Okay? Like, this is a coordinated effort by the Russian fucking government to infiltrate the United States fucking government through the Republican Party to change the way that this fucking country operates, or at the very least to create chaos. And they found their 2 fucking assholes, many assholes, but the 2 main assholes, Jim Jordan and James Comer, to stand in front of every fucking camera they possibly can find and spew every bit of this Russian propaganda with maybes and seemingly and probably and hopefullys and, just with no actual evidence, just things to string their voters along. That's all they got. That's it. That's it. And it's fucking, it's scary. It really is. It's you know, when you think about the effort that it would have taken to, you know, get that far, get the information that far from the Kremlin, literally to the lips of Jim Jordan, James Comer. I mean, that takes a lot. You know, that takes some planning, that takes some effort, that takes some people knowing what the fuck is going on, and not caring, and people stupid enough to not know what's going on and believe what they're being told. Unfortunately.
Under Biden, we now have a brand new category of crime. It's called migrant crime. We have migrant crime. We have criminals that are going around having boxing matches with our police officers. Nobody's ever seen it before. Nobody.
I wanted to call it Biden migrant crime, but didn't sound right. It was too long. Didn't like it. So I just say migrant crime. But keep in mind, it's because of Joe Biden.
We have tough people coming in, and you know that. And they're coming in from jails and prisons. They're emptying out all.
I love this. This is my favorite part about this whole fucking thing. He literally starts off by saying, we have no idea who's coming into our country. We don't know where they're from. We don't know where they've been. We don't know what the fuck they wore. We don't know where their family is. We don't know their names. We don't know anything. And then 2 seconds fucking later proceeds to tell us exactly where he thinks or says they came from. We have no idea where they came from, but they came from jails, prisons, mental institutions, the Congo. How does that make sense? How do the people in the audience not say, he just told us that we don't know where these people are coming from? Yet he proceeded to tell us where these people are coming from. It's almost like we do fucking know where they're coming from. And we do have a way to keep track of this. And we do have a process for this bullshit.
All over the world. Last night, they had 4 people coming in from the Congo. Where do you live in the Congo? What?
Oh, boy. First show, right? Right on fucking cue. Did I say that? Did I not just say that? Did I not just say that? Oh, wow. And then he goes on to say, he'll say the Congo, and then he'll say Africa. Too good. Too good.
Avenue do you live?
Let's fucking go.
Oh, we come from a.
I'm shitty. I'm terrible. Hit the like button. Share. Subscribe. Fuck. Should have said that about an hour ago, but not really good at saying that. People are going to have to remind me on that one. But if you can and have not, please like this the way that, you know, we get more people in here. We get more people involved. Spread it out to people that wouldn't necessarily search for me, but, you know, may like what they're hearing or may not like what they're hearing and want to, you know, have a conversation in the chat. I appreciate it. Also, Boston Brian, patreon.com/Boston Brian, because I'm just terrible at this. I'm good at the talking, just terrible at the, you know, promoting myself type thing.
Prison in the Congo. The Congo, they're coming from Africa, they're coming from Asia, they're coming from all over South America, they're coming from the Middle East, they're coming from China. 29,000 people in the last 3.
Not only does he tell you exactly where the fuck they're coming from, he has the exact fucking number. Hey, is it me? Is it just fucking me? It's not? All right, good. No, we don't know where they're coming from, folks. We have no fucking idea where they're coming from, folks. We have no idea who these people are. No idea. But they're coming from the Congo. 27,542 of them came from China. 11,780 came from Argentina. About 72,000 came from Mexico. But again, we have no fucking clue.
3 months from China. They all happen to be of the age from 18 to 25. What the hell is going on with that?
Typically the best age to work. You're typically at your, you know, you're probably the most in shape you're going to be at the ages of 18 to 25. So if you're looking to find a job somewhere because where you live, it's either join a gang and die before you reach the age of 30, or live in poverty, live in squalor, and just stay in your house the whole time and hope that people don't come and harm you. So if I was of the ages of 18 to 25 and I'm sitting there scratching my head like, where the fuck should I go? Where, you know what I mean? Who has the most opportunity? Where can I get paid the most? Where do I have the ability to go and buy a house in an area where I can live in peace, and work, work my job, live my life, take care of my family? Let's go to, where should I go? I don't know. It'll come to me. I'm not sure, but it'll come to me. So again, Donald, you're right. I don't know why people of that age would be coming to this country. It just clearly, again, makes no sense.
So what's going, that's called military fighting age, right? That's called prime fighting age. Dana White of the USC says, I like fighters from 8.
It's the UFC. UFC, right? Did he say USC? The college?
Fighting age. Dana White of the USC says, I like fighters from 8.
I don't know if Dana White went to USC, but I know he's definitely not the fucking president of USC. I can tell you that much.
18 to 25. That's what's coming in from China. 18 to 25. Last week, a beautiful 22-year-old nursing student in Georgia, Laken Riley.
It's Lincoln Riley, my friend. Anyway, they're exploiting the shit out of this story. They really are. Not only this story, but seems to me like they have a team of people just combing the news across the country, looking for crimes committed by either people with Spanish-sounding names or people that immigrated from certain countries in South America, Central America, just anything that they could possibly do to pick out and point out and to try to scare and put fear into people to think that like this is a widespread epidemic. What he doesn't talk about is the murders, crimes, stabbings, shootings, everything else that was committed by, Caucasian people. You don't hear about that, but they love exploiting this story. It just, you're going to hear it everywhere if you haven't heard it.
I spoke to her parents, the most magnificent people, devastated, and
get the fuck out of here. Is he going to describe this now? Is he, because you gotta expect the people watching. Is he now going to have his fucking unusually disgustingly descriptive fucking thought on what happened here?
I mean, honestly, I hope they don't hear me say it. They can never be the same. They can never be the same. She was barbarically attacked while she was out on her morning run. She ran to keep herself in great shape. She was a nursing student, the #1 best. She's just brutally, you read about it, it's a big story now. She was brutally assaulted, horrifically beaten, kidnapped, and
fuck you, dude. There's just no, this is a fucking campaign speech for a fucking nominee to be president of the United States of America. And he's just, he's describing a vicious, no, not the place, not the time. You mention it if you want to, if that's what's going on, you want to pay your respects, but this is not how you do it.
And savagely murdered, almost beyond recognition. Can you imagine that?
Jesus Christ almighty. Imagine being her fucking parents if they're in the audience right there. I mean, well, I don't even know how to critique that.
Yes, the monster charged in her death is an illegal alien migrant.
Excuse me.
Who was led into the country and released into our communities by crooked Joe Biden. We had him locked out. It was very hard to get into our country 3 years ago. Now,
Locked out.
it's real easy. It's real easy. We mourn her terrible loss, and we send our love to Lakin's family, and they are incredible people, I can tell you that. In Texas a few weeks ago, another illegal alien animal.
This is what it is. This is what he's just going to literally go through the newspapers, go through the news stories, and toss any one of these stories he possibly can into his fucking speech. That's just to exploit it. That's what's going to happen. I mean, it is. Yes, I'm having a tonic. I haven't heard anybody call it tonic in a while. Yes, his rhetoric towards asylum seekers and immigrants seeking a better life in this country has absolutely not only ramped up but intensified in its I don't know. I don't even know how to put it. It's getting more vicious. Let's say it's getting more like he's saying things explicitly to scare the shit out of you, in order to basically, in a way, it's stochastic terrorism because, you know, if you're that scared that something's going to happen to you, then, you know, you're going to be compelled to act is what he's hoping for. And it's not. We still have a long way to go before there's a fucking election too. So who knows where he takes it from here. Thank you, Betsy. Appreciate you. And yes, he's very anti-American. You're right, Paul. You're absolutely right.
Was charged with sadistically murdering a 16-year-old Texas high school cheerleader. Beautiful, beautiful young woman, stabbing her to death in her home, dumping her body in the bathtub to be discovered 2 hours later by her mother. And last Sunday in Louisiana, a savage Biden migrant criminal was charged for raping a 14-year-old girl by holding a knife to her throat before going on to repeatedly
get the fuck out of town with this bullshit. This is a campaign speech by somebody that wants to, unfortunately, again, become the president of the United States of America. I mean, this isn't, you know, fucking the manager at McDonald's job. I mean, even if you were the manager at McDonald's, that'd be fucked up to be talking about. You'd be like, what the fuck? Like, my manager is fucked up. Hey, buddy, you fucking hear the stories the manager's telling us? He needs help. Jesus, he's been in front of the fucking fryer later one too many days, I think.
He stabbed a local man in the face, all over his face and his back, while robbing him as he was getting out of his car. This Biden migrant was arrested while standing in the middle.
Biden migrant. This motherfucker.
More innocent American life should be lost to migrant crime. Gotta stop it. It's a new category, migrant crime. We call it Biden migrant crime, but frankly, it's too long.
It's too long. It's too long.
I come up with a lot of good names, don't I? But you know,
Hold on.
it's a new category, migrant crime. We call it
New category. It's a new category. Yep. Never before in history has a crime by somebody that has entered this country illegally been recorded. It's a new fucking category. Tell me what is happening in that mind. Is that like, you know, the I came up with the word caravan? What's the other one? What are some other ones? What are some other words that he came up with, he thinks? That he definitely did not come up with. Somebody, come on. There's a few of them out there that I can't remember. I know caravan's one of them. There's a few of them. All right. This fucking guy. I don't know. See, what should we do? It's 2 now. So that means we got about an hour left. Would you guys want to continue with this one? You want to? I feel like we could continue with this one and do the clips of his second one, and then hopefully have enough time to do a couple clips of some other things. But it's up to you. I know there's a few there's a few juicy parts. I did see one or two clips on Twitter from here. So yeah, all right. Play the flubs. Yep, keep playing it. Oh, thank you, Diane. Diane. I want to say it right. Diane. Thank you, Diana. Hello. How are you? But yeah, he does have several flubs coming up, as far as I was told by several people. So let's say we continue with this one, and then I'll do say some clips of the second one on Twitter, and then hopefully have some time for a few other clips. But thank you very much, Diana. I do appreciate you being here. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, get this out to people. My Venmo is up in the corner if you at all want to buy me a tonic or say thank you or hello or whatever it may be. It is somewhere up in this area over here, region, vicinity, I'll get it's over in one of the corners of the screen. Diana, you guys are fucking the best today. And that's just not the one I clicked on. So I don't know why that one showed up, but thank you to that dude. Anyway, that's not it either. The fuck's happening here? Where'd it go? There it is. Thank you. And thank you, Cynthia, by the way. Cynthia Walker. Thank you, Diana. I do very much appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. But yeah, we'll continue with this one. I mean, they're both just, there's not one better than the other one. There's not one Trump speech I'd rather watch than fucking the other one. So let's continue with this one. Away we go. Hi, ho, Silva.
Migrant crime, but it's frankly, it's too long. So we call it migrant crime. I came up with that name because
You know what? That's what we do call it. We call it migrant crime. Migrant crime. Migrant crime. Who committed that migrant crime?
They're from jails. Many of them are from jails. Many of them are from mental institutions. This is what they're dumping into the United States. And I know the people, the leaders of most of these countries. I know them, and they're very streetwise. They're very wise. They can't believe Biden.
He's basically telling you that the leaders of this country have zero respect for the guy, because we have to roll with his story in order to get into this. But if they were dumping people into this fucking country, which they're absolutely not, emptying the prisons, and he knows them very well, and they say, Donald Trump says they respect him, why the fuck would they be dumping their prisons into the country that Donald Trump lives in and could possibly be the president again? Why? Please, somebody explain that to me. Please. Doesn't sound like they have very much respect if that's what they're doing, which they're not doing, which makes this a complete waste of time to discuss.
Biden's the president. They can't even believe it. And they're taking advantage of our country. They want to clean out their jails. Jails all over the world, you take a look at their prison population, it's way down because they've taken people out of those jails and they've dumped them into our country. They've taken people out of their mental institutions.
What? Excuse you? The population around the world in prisons is down because they're sending them to the United States? Is that what's going on? Around the world? Logistically doesn't seem feasible to me.
Institutions and insane asylums. You know what that is? Somebody said, what's the difference? I said,
Hannibal Lecter. Hannibal Lecter is the difference. You know Hannibal Lecter. That's insane asylum stuff. Something along those lines is coming.
Insane asylum is like mental institution on steroids. That's Silence of the Lambs. Did you ever hear of a fine gentleman named Hannibal Lecter?
Yes.
Hannibal Lecter.
Let's go. 2 for 2 on day one in this show, Blunt Politics, getting off to a fucking hot start. Let's go.
Does anybody know the name? Please raise your hand. Yes. Well, that's what they have in insane asylums, and they're dumping them into a community near you. Lots of luck. This is not good. This is not good. That's why a central question in this election is whether the foreign armies Joe Biden has smuggled across our border. Good. This is not good. That's why a central question in this election is whether the foreign army.
The foreign armies. Foreign. Oh, I love it when he sucks. He sucks so much. Oh, it's a four. It sounded like he was trying to squeeze one out. Foreign armies there. Oh,
near you. Lots of luck. This is not good. This is not good. That's why a central question in this election is whether the foreign armies Joe Biden has smuggled across our border.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I wish I had a thing with drops on it. That'd be a drop. That's a drop, right? Isn't that a drop? Is that what they call it? That's what they call it. I would use that. Is he golfing? That's what it sounds like. That's what Donald Trump has to say every time he tees off. He tees off and then has to say, "Horn." Sorry.
Will be allowed to stay, or whether they will be told to get the hell out of here and go back home. We'll take them back home. Take them back home. In Venezuela, did you just see Maduro? Venezuela, it's unbelievable. Venezuela comes out and said, we're dumping all our criminals.
What the fuck? I don't even know. What was that one?
Take them back home. In Venezuela, did you just see Maduro? Venezuela, it's unbelievable. Venezuela comes out.
It's only that funny because he tried so hard. He tried so hard. He knew right at the beginning he wasn't going to get it. He knew right at the beginning he wasn't going to get it, and he tried so hard. Oh, it just got away from him. That's all. Just got away from him just a bit there. I'm definitely going to have to hear that one again, though. Excuse me.
In Venezuela,
Yep.
Did you just see Maduro?
Yep.
Venezuela, it's unbelievable. Venezuela comes out and said,
Venezuela. Venezuela. I'm sorry. I should be more professional. I gotta be more professional. He makes it so difficult. Fucking A, on the first show. I'm crying already. Porn. Like the noises this guy makes. You can put together a whole fucking soundboard. The graph wind. Sling. Boom. Rockets. Boom. Guys fucking. Oh, he talks in sounds now. He's like losing his ability to speak words. I gotta hear it again. I'm sorry.
in Venezuela,
Yep.
Did you just see Maduro? Venezuela, it's unbelievable. Venezuela comes out and said, we're dumping all our criminals into the United States.
Venezuela. We're good. We're having fun, people. Are we having fun yet? Am I too unprofessional? Just let me know if I'm too unprofessional. I promise. Please tell me if I'm too unprofessional. I don't know how else to be, though. I really don't. I don't know how else I could react to Venezuela. Foreign. All right. All right. Let's reset. Let's go. Okay. We're back. We're back, baby. We're back. We're back.
But the second part, we're never taking them back. Don't ever bring them back. They're not going to tell me that. They're not going to tell me that. We brought MS-13 back by the thousands. By the thousands. They said, we're not taking them back. You know what Biden said? Oh, they're not taking them back. Oh. The guy can't find his way off a stage.
So what did he say? He didn't say
He said,
anything?
oh, they're not taking them back. Oh. The guy can't find his way off a stage.
I'm sure that's exactly how it went. And now he's probably going to proceed in pointing out the steps on the stage. Like that makes him some fucking genius.
Stairs all over his stage. You've heard this. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey. Great. God.
Stage where there's no stair. If Joe Biden's illegal alien migrants do not go back to their countries, we will never get our country back. But we're going to take them back because they're not going to go back. We're going to take them back. Fast. It's going to happen.
We're not going to have a country. Like, I literally have to stop a couple times when he speaks and be like, repeat what he said so I can be like, am I just not hearing it right? Like, am I the one that's like, not processing what the fucking, like the words? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Don't nobody understand the words that are coming out of your mouth. Like, I don't understand. We're not going to have a country anymore, but we're going to take them back. We're going to bring them back. And then we'll have a country? I don't.
Happen quickly. Local police. The local police know every one of them. Somebody said, how are you going to do that? It's not a Washington thing. It's local police.
Yes. Please explain. How the fuck are you going to do that? And no, the fucking police don't know every single fucking one of them. It's just outrageous.
First of all, we're giving our policemen immunity from prosecution because when they stop crime, they get prosecuted.
Nope. It's not when they stop crime. It's either when they shoot an unarmed black man or, choke somebody to death or kneel on somebody's neck so they die or, are corrupt and extorting businesses or, it's along those lines. It's not just, it's not good cops going out there doing their actual job to protect and serve that are even worried about facing repercussions in that way. It's the bad apples, as they say, that are very fucking worried. And I'm sure they're talking in your ear lots because they don't want to be fucking called out. Okay. They want to be able to come out and say they have immunity to do and act as they please and, be as authoritarian as possible. Basically think of how police act now, but 10 times fucking worse because they all have immunity. That's exactly what we want.
They take away their house, their pension, their family. They lose their wife or husband. On day one of my administration, I will terminate every open border policy of the Biden administration. We will
name one. Somebody name me one open border policy that Joe Biden has enacted, please. Whether through Congress or executive order. Which one of those, which one opens the fucking border? I'm just wondering. Which one tears down the wall that you supposedly built? Which one, puts a big fucking welcome flag on the wall and says, hey, come on in. When I remember Kamala Harris explicitly saying, do not come. But that's just me. What's happening?
Operation in American history because we have no choice. We have policy of the Biden administration, and we will begin the largest domestic deportation operation in American history because
And what he cites there when he says the biggest mass deportation in American history. Yes, I see you, KG. I see you. I see you. What's happening? But yes, it just. I want to hear it one more time.
Terminate every open border policy of the Biden administration. We will begin the largest domestic deportation operation.
Domestic deportation operation, right? And what he cites as his example of this is Operation Wetback, which was enacted in the 50s, right? So right off the bat, Operation Wetback. Wetback is a derogatory term for let's say a Mexican or anybody coming from Central or South America looking to come into this country, because they had to cross the Rio, which meant they were going to get their backs wet. Therefore, the name that the U.S. government chose, that Dwight D. Eisenhower let happen, was literally a racist term as the main name of the fucking operation. And they used military style tactics, military style operations, brutal tactics. They ended up deporting U.S. citizens. Let me say that again. It went so fucking wrong that they ended up deporting U.S. citizens, people that were citizens of this country, got mixed up in it and were deported to far regions down in South America, dropped off in the middle of nowhere. They reportedly said that they deported over 1 million people. From what I've read, the number is closer to 200, 300,000. And again, with the tactics that they used, with the fact that American citizens got wrapped up in it, I'd say it's a stain, so to speak, maybe a light stain compared to the other ones, but still a stain on this country. Just the fact that it was allowed to be named that as an operation shows you a lot about the mentality of people that were in charge and still have power today.
In American history, because we have no choice. We have no choice. And it's no wonder Joe Biden and his thugs are so desperate to stop us, because they know that we are the only ones who can stop them. We will stop them.
No, you won't, actually. It's going to be really tough to do when you're spending, what is it, probably going to be, 3, 4, maybe 5 days a week in courtrooms next to your shitty fucking lawyers that have gotten you into more trouble than they've gotten you out of. But go ahead, continue to pay Alina Habba millions of dollars for her horrendous fucking lawyering. Anyway, but yeah, it's going to be pretty tough to concentrate and to get people not to realize that you're sitting in a fucking courtroom while you should be on the election trail, on the campaign trail. You know what I mean? It's pretty hard to overlook that fact.
They are bad people. They use weaponization of Justice Department. Let's go after my political opponent because I can't speak. I can't communicate. I can't debate. I can't stand in a location of Justice Department. Let's go after my political opponent because I can't speak.
What? Did he just say he can't speak? What did I miss there? Did he just say he can't speak? I can't speak?
I can't communicate. I can't debate. I can't stand in a location that they tell me.
Is he talking as Biden? Let me rewind that so I get the whole.
It's no wonder Joe Biden and his thugs are so desperate to stop us because they know that we are the only ones who can stop them. We will stop them. They are bad people. They use weaponization of Justice Department. Let's go after my political opponent because I can't speak. I can't communicate. I can't debate. I can't stand in a location that they tell me. I keep falling down when I walk up a flight of stairs. That's why they're weaponizing law enforcement for high-level election.
Just for the record, I fell twice yesterday walking up and down the stairs. Luckily, there weren't a massive amount of cameras here to catch it, but I did, so not that uncommon. The man's had a problem with his feet. He's old. I mean, let's give the guy a break. I'd rather a country that's running smoothly. I'd rather a country where the GDP is where, you know, is acceptable and above standards, where, you know, jobs are being filled, where, you know, roads, bridges, railways, and the rest of our infrastructure is being tended to, where veterans are being tended to, where, you know, the prices of some of these things in the healthcare industry are coming down. You know, the PACT Act, CHIPS Act, Inflation Reduction Act. I'd rather those sets of things from. I don't care if he has to crawl. I don't care if Joe Biden literally has to crawl his fucking ass onto Air Force One. I don't care if Joe Biden has to drag him by his fucking hands and feet up those fucking steps. I will vote for Joe Biden. I will vote for Joe Biden's fucking body in the morgue. God forbid, before I would vote for fucking Donald Trump. It's just point blank fucking period.
Interference where Joe Biden goes after his political opponent. He should drop all charges against me. You know, every one of these 91 counts.
Just drop them. Fucking drop them. Drop them. What do they mean anyway? What does it mean, Basil? What does it all mean? Does it really mean anything? Do you really have to put me in jail? They're just words. Imagine being able to be like, come on, you know, Judge, I know there's, you know, 91 counts and across many jurisdictions and, you know, 4 indictments. And I've been impeached twice. I know that. And the whole E. Jean Carroll thing where I was credibly, you know, what do you even call it? Credibly found liable in a civil case for the sexual assault and rape of E. Jean Carroll. Is that the right way to put it? But yeah, just drop them. What does it all mean?
They're not 91 counts. They're not legit. They're Biden counts. He worked with Fani, even though it's spelled Fanny, F-A-N-I, Fani. How about that one? How about that one with her lover? Nathan Wade, her lover.
Tell me you just don't want to say, and I won't be your lover. TikTok, you don't start. Just me.
Let's go get Trump. Because if they go after Trump, they can pay him more money. And then she can take beautiful trips on the sea, beautiful trips to foreign islands.
I'll get it out of the way. now. Okay. Hold on. Chat. Let me pick up the chat. Hi, chat. How are you guys doing? Are we doing all right? Everybody hanging in there for the first time? It's not too tedious. I'm not boring you. You can hear me. You can see me. Everything's going okay. No fights in the chat. You might think about coming back next week. Is everybody doing okay? I think I'm behind in the chat. So if you can, give me some feedback on that one. Thank you, JD. You guys are the best. I mean, the fact that you guys are so just eager to help out and eager to be a part of this community and eager to help produce and eager to give me the opportunity to do this more, because with super stickers like this and people giving out subscriptions like Peter and everybody else that's thrown in a couple bucks, that's how I get to do this. This is how I'm going to build this community, build this platform, get better graphics, better cameras, lights, the whole shebang. And it's only going to happen with the help of you guys. And I know not everybody is in the position to do that. And I do not want you to, for a second, feel bad if you can't. Okay. If your eyeballs are on here, if you hit the like button, if you subscribe for free, if you share it for free, if you do all the free stuff, I have just as much love, respect, and admiration for you as I do the people that are in the position, the financial position to, chip in a few dollars, because Some people are, some people aren't. That's just how life goes. And I will never on this channel rip, ream, or shame anybody because they cannot do that. I will obviously thank and commend people that are able to. And that's just the way it's gonna be. I'm not sitting in front of this fucking camera because I'm smarter than you. I'm not here because I know more than you do, or I'm better at politics, or I'm funnier, or nothing like that. I'm only here because I have no fucking shame and the stupidity to sit in front of this camera and have people judge me. That's it. There's nothing in between us. And I will continue to say, and I'm famous for saying, the smartest people are always in the chat. So I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to get things wrong. I expect to be corrected. I expect to be embarrassed. I expect to say wrong words. I expect to fumble. I expect to be, I'm not perfect, nor is anybody, nor should you expect them to be. So, just a couple things I want to get out of the way on the first show. I just, but I want you to understand, I'm not here because I'm better than anybody. That's first and foremost. I'm not. That's it. I am just somebody that was in the chat. Literally, I'm a fan of people that do this, and just decided to take a shot at it. So thank you. Thank you, Allison. I appreciate it for becoming a member. Thank you very much, Sean. I do appreciate it. Love the podcast. Is that how I say it? Is that, I often wonder how people would spell, like, how do you actually spell the my accent and the words that I say? But that's a good one. I like that. Thank you very much, Sean. I do appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying your day. All right, let's get back to enough of the whatever you call it, diatribe. Let's see. Let's look at a few comments. Let's go here. I would do it, but I haven't seen them. Well, this is the thing. I hop into the comments and you guys are in mid conversation, and I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. No idea. But that's okay. And I think I'm behind. All right, so let's see if we can. It's 2:30. We got a half hour left. I'll do a few more minutes of this until he gets into his ending, and I'll stop and see if we can either chat it up or we'll look at a couple more clips. All right. So hang with me. I do appreciate you being here.
Heard her, love her. They have such a good time. The guy got paid almost $1 million, and he never did it before. Dummy.
Went on that whole fucking diatribe, the whole fucking spiel, and I didn't even say what I wanted to say. Fonnie Willis. All right. Do I think she broke the law in any way? Do I think she did anything unethical? I don't. Did she do something that the bar would consider, not above board? Then that's their decision. But I do believe, in my opinion, and this may not be a fucking popular opinion, and I'm more than ready to take pushback because that's usually what happens when I give my opinions. But she put herself in a stupid fucking position. I'm sorry. She put us, this country, and herself in a very precarious and stupid fucking position. Okay. When you're dealing with a case of this magnitude, when you need your fucking T's crossed and your I's dotted and fucking dotted twice, and you're trying to take down, no, not trying to take down, but you're prosecuting the ex-president of the United States of a fucking America, make sure your shit is clean. Okay. Make sure there is fucking nothing that they can come back at you with, nothing that they can use as ammunition. I'm sorry. It just, that's the way it is. She, do I think she should be removed? No. Would I understand if she stepped down and so? But none of this, regardless of all that, none of this changes any of the facts of the case. None of the guilt that Donald Trump is responsible for. That changes nothing. I don't give a fuck at this point who prosecutes him. I don't. I really don't. Whatever happens, whoever takes over, if that happens, which I don't want to see because she's been at this long enough to know better than anybody what the fuck's going on. I would very much like her to stay in that position, but god damn, man, what the fuck? Come on. you got to know it looks fucking stupid. You got to know that it's literally walking a fine fucking line, okay? And at the very least, you give them ammunition, which we can't afford right now. We can't afford to have them throw anything back at us. We cannot afford to be dirtied up in any way, because all it does is, again, muddies the waters and looks like both sides are the fucking same, which they are not. So, that's my 2 cents on the whole thing. I very much think she put us in a very fucking a very stupid position, a very precarious position. It was selfish. It was fucking selfish. Put it that way. Okay. It was a fucking selfish move where she didn't think about it. She didn't think it through. And she put every single hour and minute of work that she and her team spent at jeopardy. It may not result in anything like that. She may end up getting the same fucking result, but she absolutely put it in jeopardy. And for that, it is what it is. But that's my 2 cents on it.
But he did the other thing before that he did with Fani. He did plenty of that. That's what he's good.
All right, hold on. But Brian, would this be an issue if it were a white man? She can have a lover. She can, and it shouldn't matter. She is great at her job, but because she's a woman, it's selfish. Oh boy. It has absolutely nothing to do with her gender. Nothing. If it was a white man that did the exact same thing and had an affair or a fling or whatever the fuck you want to call it with one of his secretaries or one of his fucking, the people that go out and do the research or the people that go out and talk to him, then I would absolutely be saying the same fucking thing. At 100 fucking %, I would say that guy should have taken his job, put his job over his personal life at that point and acted extremely fucking selfish. Selfish has nothing to do with gender. Has nothing to fucking do with it at all. Not even a little bit. Do I think the shit that was happening in the court and the questions that she was being asked and the shit that was being dug up about her life, do I think that was about her being a black woman? Absolutely. But you don't have to be. It doesn't. Men and women, white, black, Latino, whatever it is, can act selfishly, and it has no fucking bearing on it. So that's not why I was saying it. Maybe it's the reason other people are saying it, but it is not why I came to the conclusion that it was a selfish move to put, basically her personal life above the work that she did at the time. I mean, she's put a ton of work into this. So even for her, I guarantee she says the same thing. I guarantee she says, I shouldn't have put my team and my work at risk. I'm sure she's, she can't say that in the stand and shit, obviously, but I'm sure when she goes and she talks to people that she has some remorse and some fucking, reason for being like, maybe we could have waited until after this whole thing or, whatever it may be. But it certainly doesn't have to do with her being a female.
Good at, I guess. And this was long before they cooked up these charges early. They said, let's get a high-level individual so we can charge the state more money. That's what happened. Oh, and then when they get caught, she said, oh, well, I paid him back. Oh, how? In cash. I gave him cash. Really? She gave him cash. By the way, if she gave him cash, that's even worse, because where the hell did she get the cash, right?
No, you can't plan for it. But there are many jobs in many industries and many, situations in which you're not allowed to date or have relations with somebody that you're working with. I mean, that's not fucking unheard of. That is, in many jobs is one of the requirements. You're not allowed to. I mean, it's just what it is. If you fall in love, there's many people that have left their jobs. No, of course people still do, absolutely. And if it's serious and the company takes action, then the people usually end up stepping down, and so they can continue with their relationship without interfering with the company and their policies. I mean, again, working for private companies is not the same as just living your life. It's not the same, and it gets messy. There's a reason why some people or in some companies say you're not allowed to date inside the company because it gets messy. People start dating each other. Some people start, having affairs, and they resent people, and it changes the way that the company works, and it changes the output of the company, and it just, it's just optics. It's all it is. It's just optics. It's just, all I'm saying is it's poor optics, and I have absolutely no problem with, or obviously having a love life, and just there's rules that she had to follow, and I just want to, you know what I mean? It just, she knows the rules, and she knows the way it was going to look, because she was walking that tightrope, giving him back, just, that's all I'm saying. If it was a guy, it's the same thing. If a guy was paying back a woman in all cash, or you know what I mean? Just it's obviously legal. Shouldn't be she shouldn't be ridiculed for it. It's just bad optics at the time, because she's prosecuting the former president of the United States. That's all. That's all. A lot of people have relationships that aren't prosecuting the former president and don't have to worry about anything like that. That's all. In a time, that's basically in a time of where media controls and the narrative controls, optics are a lot. That's all.
I paid her back because if she didn't pay him back, she committed a big crime, because she got money that she gave through the state. So she said she paid him back. She didn't do it. That charge should be dropped. They should all be dropped. And they worked closely.
Not related whatsoever. Has nothing to do with it. Doesn't change the facts of the case. Doesn't change the evidence against you. It doesn't change the crimes you committed. So you could fucking wish in one hand and shit in the other, brother, and tell me which one weighs more, because that ain't fucking happening. You might be looking at a different face at the best possible fucking chance.
With the Department of Justice. He went there for 2 8-hour visits and then numerous other visits, but he was in there all day long in the White House.
It's almost like they have to coordinate and, make sure that the rules are being followed and the cases don't fall on top of each other. And, it's weird that, people actually do. He finds it strange that people do 8 hours. Holy shit. You did something for 8 hours. Oh my God. He can't imagine doing something for 8 hours unless it's golf, or I was going to say Stormy Daniels, but that's 30 seconds, not 8 hours. That'd be a really short 8 hours. Anyway, he doesn't understand working a full day, basically, is his whole fucking 8 hours.
Counsel. This was a scheme of the White House. The Manhattan DA, he took his number one guy, and put him into the Manhattan DA's office.
Right, cheating.
Does Matt Gaetz know that? He put his number one guy into the Manhattan DA's office. That's not the Manhattan DA. That's all being run by the Department of Justice for election interference. Knock out your political opponent. It ain't working. The one thing they didn't know is the people of our country hear about it from me. Most people don't talk about it. When this happens to most people, these kind of things, if they're politicians, they walk up to a microphone and they say, "Ladies and gentlemen, I will fight for..."
Yes, because they want to save what is left of their character. They want to save, what's left of their careers or standing in their family. You obviously don't give a shit about any of that. So, which is why you are not one of those people that says, you know what, after 91 counts, after being, found liable in a civil case for sexual assault, after 2 impeachments, maybe I should just back away and let this country heal and, let it get on with its life, and let me go spend my so-called billions and millions and billions. But he can't, because this is how this is his job now. Basically that's what's happened. This has turned into his job. He has to keep his face in front of people, so they keep sending money to his defense fund and buying sneakers and NFTs and whatever he comes out with, because that's all he has now, other than the properties that aren't worth near what he says they're worth, on top of the almost $500 million he owes, on top of the 4 million that is. Anyway, he's got some financial problems coming up. That's basically.
For my name and reputation, but right now I'm going back to my family, and you never hear it. With me, we don't do that. We tell you what it's all about. And our poll numbers have skyrocketed. I never heard about being indicted.
How much can poll numbers go up? How much can he continue to say these poll numbers are going up? How high can they go? You know what I mean? He's consistently getting 50, 60, maybe a little above 60%. And he's been saying that his poll numbers are skyrocketing for about a year now. Must be a really tiny fucking rocket, which is exactly what Stormy said it was. So I guess that plays. Tiny rocket. Hold me closer, tiny rocket.
Did before being indicted. Me, I went to the Wharton School of Finance. I was really good. I did all these things. Then they indicted.
Really good, huh? Okay.
And it was all like in this little short period of time. I got indicted over a tiny little period of time in my life, tiny little period, 4 times. That's more than Al Capone. That's more than Alphonse. Did you know who Alphonse Capone?
He's wearing this out, huh? He's fucking said Al Capone more than the people that work for Al Capone ever said Al Capone.
Opponent. He was the meanest guy. He was a very volatile mobster in Chicago, affectionately known as Scarface. He was a very nice man. He was not. If he didn't like you at dinner, if he thought you were smiling in a mocking way,
no, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. No.
You were dead. He got indicted less than I did. He killed lots of people. He killed them just for sport. No, but the people understand it because I can talk about it. I have a voice. I can talk about it.
You do have a voice. You do have a voice to say in Venice. Unfortunately, that's what the voice, when it comes out of those fucking stankety ass lips of yours, that's what it sounds like. That's all you could fucking muster is a fern. I gotta watch that back after. I fucking fern.
He had the thing in Washington, deranged Jack Smith. He's a deranged human being. He has a huge record of failure because he goes so far out and people end up not being convicted. He goes too far. He's a man, he's just a terrible human being, but he's a deranged person who wants to hurt people, and we're hurting him. I'll tell you what.
Famously known fact that the people that most want to harm people in this world typically get jobs working at The Hague prosecuting war criminals. That's usually the main spot you want to look for. If you're thinking to yourself, I really want to find a sick, sadistic motherfucker that just loves hurting people. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look. I'm going to look for the guy prosecuting war criminals at The Hague. Okay.
We're hurting him. He stinks. That's not the kind of people.
Did he just say he stinks? Did he just say he stinks?
But he's a deranged person who wants to hurt people, and we're hurting him. I'll tell you, we're hurting him. He stinks. That's not the kind of people.
He stinks. I told you he turns into a kid. He turns into a little fucking kid. Oh. I'm so sorry. He stinks.
He stinks. Mama, that man stinks. The man prosecuting me, he stinks.
Says the guy wearing a diaper. Says the guy known for shitting his fucking pants. Oh, I love it. Too fucking good. Oh. I'm sweating to death. Holy shit. He stinks in a presidential campaign speech. He stinks.
He stinks. I don't like him.
Sorry.
People, you know, being a prosecutor is a very important thing. Being a fair and good prosecutor is a very important thing. But some of these animals, I mean, they are bad. But what they've done is it's all coming out of crooked Joe Biden because, look, he can't campaign. He can't campaign. He can't.
What was that one? What was that?
Some of these animals, I mean, they are bad. But what they've done is it's all coming out of crooked Joe Biden because, look, he can't campaign. He can't campaign. He can't speak. He can't.
He just is not good at campaigning. He's not a good campaigner. I don't like that man, man. I don't like him. He stinks. He's not a good campaigner. He's not a good campaigner. He stinks, man. I don't like him. He's not good. Not a good man, man. You're a bad man. He's sick.
Can't walk. He looks like hell. And I will say this, before my indictments, I talk much differently about him. They know, front row Joes know, right? A big change in course. I used to, you know, I had respect for the office of the president. And if you listen to MSDNC and CNN, they're all getting no ratings now, which is great. But if you listen to them, and if you go back a year, they were all saying, well, no, you can never indict Trump on this. They indicted me. You could never indict him on January 6th.
Source needed. Source needed, please. Can I see that tape? Can I see the film on that, please? Can we play that back? I want to see the film on people saying, nah, there's just no way. Can't indict him on that. Can't.
They indicted me. You could never indict him on the document hoax. I come under the Presidential Records Act. I'm allowed to do all of that.
Ew. It's been a long time since he came under anything. Let's fucking put it that way.
I'm allowed to do whatever I want. New York Times did a story. Please.
I don't like that man, man. He stinks. I don't like him. He can't campaign. And I'm allowed to do what I want.
It's literally a little kid. It's your fucking, it's your 3-year-old son or daughter in the body of a sweaty, fat, orange blob of fucking skin mixed with a few bones inside. And that's what comes out.
Please, Mr. President, please, could we have our boxes? And if the president says no, he doesn't have to give them. But think of this. Joe Biden was totally exonerated last week. He's got 10 times the documents, and they're classified. Exonerated last week.
Hold on.
Think of this. Joe Biden was totally exonerated last week. Think of this. Joe Biden was totally exonerated last week. He's got 10 times. Joe Biden was totally exonerated last week. He's got 10 times.
I like it. I'm sorry. That's a good drop. I wish I had that as a drop. I gotta get my fucking, what do you even call it? Stream Deck? What do you call it? I don't even know. I gotta get the thing that you push the buttons on and it makes sounds for you guys to hear. I gotta get that set up, that fucking thing, because that should be a drop. That should be a drop right there. All right, we continue. 10 minutes left.
Documents, and they're classified. And he's not under the presidential, and they exonerated him. Of course, they said he was grossly incompetent, but we don't have to get into that. But that'll come up, you watch. But we'll be in very good shape. So a man who totally violated every law in the book on classified documents, who had many of the documents stored in Chinatown. And by the way, did you see those boxes? Those boxes were seriously used. They were used. Those boxes, they had a lot of stuff taken out. They weren't just boxes, Matt.
They weren't just boxes. Oh, man. Those boxes. What is he saying? I don't like. What is the point? What is like even? Let's again. I don't like to, but in order sometimes to even get halfway to where he's thinking, you got to like roll with it. So let's just say what he's saying happened. What is they weren't they weren't properly handled or something? I don't understand. I'm not. I don't know.
Those boxes had stuff coming in and out. Where's Hunter? Where is he? Where's Hunter?
Hunter was once again in front of Congress without fear or reservation, telling them and schooling their ass pretty much, showing the world that not only is he a fucking capable lawyer, not only is his background what he says his background is, and not only is he a smart businessman, but he can walk and fucking run and swim and skate circles around James Comer and Jim Jordan and Harriet Hagman, which I don't know if anybody saw Hal's Harriet Hagman. I'm pretty sure everybody saw Hal's Harriet Hagman. Hold on. I'm coming. That's not what I wanted. But yeah, where is she? That's the wrong one. I'm coming. Brian, check out at Lindsay Ledger's comment. You will die. P.S. I need the power to throw up comments. That'd be great. Yeah. And you're asking me to give it to you? I have no fucking idea. All right, where am I looking? I'm scrolling. I am scrolling. Lindsay. This one? The hockey changed while you sent your yeah, exactly. Is that the one? Or is she just killing it with comments the whole time? And I'm just missing all of them. Hold on, let me look. I'll look above that now. There's got to be one more. You can't be that funny once. You got to be funny the whole time. I guarantee it. If I missed something, I'm sorry. But yes, you're right. The one that he had the boxes moved after his lawyer found out, and then put his lawyers at risk, and then was it Christina Bobb that he had sign the letter saying that all the documents had been returned? I do believe it was Christina Bobb, and what was the male attorney? There was another male attorney. Can't think of his name at the moment, but yeah, he just throws people under the bus. But I'm sick of him. Why don't we see if we can do this right now? Let me see here. Thank you guys for being with me once again. I do appreciate it. But I got a kick out of this, and I thought you might as well. Where'd he go? Where did he go? Where did they take him down? Oh, here he is.
And I'll tell you what, they are looking, the whole world is watching.
Mr. This is somebody come on. We haven't seen or heard from him in a while, right? Right? We haven't heard from him. All we've heard from him is that he's going bankrupt. He's losing money at a rapid fucking rate. So let's see maybe he changed his ways. Maybe he actually is going to come out and say, listen, folks, I was wrong. I've been telling you I have fucking proof. I've been telling you I have evidence for the last 4 years. And I'm sorry, I have just been fucking with you. I've been fucking with you. It's cost me $5 million. And I'm here today to come clean. That's what he's going to do. I can guarantee you that's not what he's going to do.
Thank you, everybody.
It just does not look like a man that is not on crack. I'm sorry.
Turn off the cameras. Now I'm going to talk about machines.
All right. So I guess that answers the question of, did Mike Lindell change his ways on the voting machines? Check. Hold on. Hold on. Once again, hold on. Mike Lindell, not changed. Okay, let's see. What's he got to say?
You know, I'm going to go through this pretty fast because I want to give you guys a lot of hope here. 3 years ago, over 3 years ago now, when I first got evidence from a guy that worked for the government named Dennis Montgomery, cyber evidence, from that time on, I was attacked, censored, lawfare, everything. And why? Because they want to keep these.
Don't you know? They did me dirty at the Arby's, don't you know? Sitting there getting one of my famous burgers. FBI rolled up all over me, don't you know? Took my cell phone. I said, hey, Jim Dandy can't be taking my cell phone there, Chief. I got all my business on that there cell phone. A lot of my Rocky pillows are sold via that cell phone.
Electronic voting machines. And we came to be, one of the things that surprised me the most was over the last 3 years, the first year, all of a sudden, we found out something about cast vote records that come right out of the machines. And this is like if you miss a football game, it shows the order the votes came in. So if you had a football game and you've seen a replay and it was 10-10 in the second quarter, all of a sudden the third quarter, it's 10-7. You're going, that's weird.
Yeah. Yep, it is weird because that's not how it fucking works. The scoreboard doesn't just randomly take points off the board, just like voting machines don't just randomly add or take away votes to their tabulations. But you know, it's worked financially for you, so I can see why you're still on the gravy train.
Well, we did a call out I did for my team to get the cast vote records under the Freedom of Information Act. We got 1/3 of the United States in 2020.
Okay, so they got 1/3, so 33.3%.
In the 2020 election. And of those cast vote records, 100% of them were computer manipulated. 100%.
Every single one. 100%. Which we all know, statisticians and mathematicians and people that do probabilities, they love hearing 100% because that's always achievable, really, in anything. Besides, high school fucking exams and college quizzes and shit. You know what I mean? Other than that, kind of hard.
Percent of 1/3 of the counties in the United States. And the rest of them,
I'm gonna run out
sure
of time.
were too.
I'm going to run out of time. Well, Jesus Christ, those 2 hours flew by, huh? That was fucking nuts. That didn't feel like 2 hours at all. So how'd we do? Let me get this. Hold on. Let me get this fucking asshole out of here. How do I get up here? All righty then. We made it. Buddy. We fucking did it. Day 1. Blunt Politics. Boston Brian, that's me. You wonderful people in the chat. All 464? Really? Holy shit. That's a lot. Well, thank you. You guys are fucking incredible. I did not expect to see that many. Not even a little bit did I expect to see that many. But yeah, we'll be doing this every Sunday. We can have some fun while nobody's around, just relaxing, kind of kicking back. I'll try to mix it up. I know I'm going to try to have some sort of steady setup to the show, but I'm not anybody that really sticks to a plan, so I'm sure it's going to be different. Like today, I thought I was going to get through a lot more. Now I can see why Hal always has clips left over that he didn't get to, because it's impossible. When the guy, he talks for so long, and then, you have to critique what he says, obviously just adds to it. And unless you just don't pause it and let him keep speaking and talk over him, then it's going to take a long time. But thank you guys very much. I can't tell you how much it means to me to have you guys in here and enjoying yourself and laughing and having a good time. And I hope I can inform you as much as I can, entertain. That's pretty much the whole point of this, is to make it digestible, make, the facts. And obviously first show today, and Trump spoke twice. And so I just wanted to kind of go through Trump's speech, but more and more we'll be fact checking and pulling up clips to fact check them. And I'll try to pull shorter shorter clips where it's not going to take up the whole show. And when Trump speaks, obviously we'll cover it. But how'd everybody enjoyed it? It was good. Wow, you guys are the best. You guys got nothing but good things to say, huh? Well, thank you. From literally the bottom of my fucking heart. And show Midas Mel some love, please, too, in the chat, because she worked pretty much all fucking day yesterday, getting the intro ready and getting things uploaded and making sure that everything was here for me to work with and fuck up the way I do, because that's what I'm good at, is just totally fucking things up. So all right, until next week, I could sit here and talk to you guys. I really could the whole time. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will see the sparklers in Hal's chat. I will see the Midas Mighty in the Midas chats. Anybody else that's in here affiliated with other creators, chances are I'll see you in that chat as well. But, we'll keep going. We're going to keep this a thing. And like I said, hopefully we can add more days and fucking really, really get this thing going, really build this platform. YouTube, we're shooting for, I think it's roughly around 3,000 subscribers. So we'll go little by little. I'm not going to shoot for the moon. So, right now, just hoping to get to 3. Just hoping to get to 3. We can do that. We'll get to 4, and then we'll go from there. Like I said, I'm not going to aim for the moon right away. I know my place in all this, and I know it takes a lot of hard work and dedication and great people like you to make this a thing people recognize, a force in this industry, and something that will sway opinion and sway today's society into being a better place. So I do appreciate it. Until next time, I'm going to see if this works. I know it does work, but whether or not I'm going to fucking do it right is another question. So until next time, I'm Boston Brian. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. I love you. Have a good one. Don't forget to hit that like, share, subscribe on the way out, please. Thank you guys very, very much. I wasn't going to. You knew I wasn't doing anything right. God, fucking damn it. Well, thank you for all the YouTube subscribers, because that's. Thank you for all those new subscribers, everybody that's. Sorry, no. Love you. Love you. you all very much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.